Okay, well this is going to be a fun video. What's up gamers, Dreamcastguy here, and today we're going to be talking about some PlayStation 5 sales numbers because apparently Sony is now bragging that this is the biggest console launch ever, but this seems to already have people kind of debating as to what this means specifically, so I want to try and break things down. Real quickly before we start looking at the news itself, I do want to say I know a lot of my fans, a lot of my subscribers and stuff, you guys are physical game collectors like I am. Check out some Black Friday sales today. There is a lot of stuff like Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Target.com. A lot of these places are already starting to do some very, very deep discounts on games. Like I got this for 60 bucks, or sorry, 30 bucks. This is a really cool RPG. There's a bunch of stuff that's buy two, get one free, all sorts of stuff. So check stuff out today before they run out of stock. But now let's get into the news itself. So this is over on PlayStation's official Twitter account, and it says this. We want to thank gamers everywhere for making the PlayStation 5 launch our biggest console launch ever. Demand for the PS5 is unprecedented, so we wanted to confirm that the PlayStation 5 inventory will be coming to retailers. So they're going to be sending out a lot more systems very, very soon. Before the end of the year, please stay in touch with your local retailers. So that's good news. I mean, I think that one of the craziest things about this launch has just been the fact that it's selling out everywhere. Like the biggest thing I see so many people saying is, I want a PlayStation 5. What does it take to get a PlayStation 5? And if there's something we've definitely realized by the scalpers, I made a whole video yesterday about the scalpers, the fact that there is people managing to not only stockpile thousands of PlayStation 5s, but sell them at double or triple the price, this is a very, very different style of console launch. But let's look at this phrase specifically right here, our biggest console launch ever. Now this could mean two separate things. I think a lot of people are assuming that this means they've sold the most consoles ever. I don't know if this is the case. I think what they might be saying is that this has basically made them the most money ever for a console launch. Now I love my PlayStation 4. In fact, I actually have my PlayStation 4 just standing up right here behind me. The PlayStation 4, I bought it at launch. When it came out, it was $400. The PlayStation 5, obviously this bad boy, it's a lot more powerful. This is a $500 system. That is a 25% difference. So even if they manage to sell a couple less consoles simply because of stock constringency, I think it's pretty apparent that they're still making way more money at the top. Like, I guarantee you that they've probably already made $1 billion off this console launch, which is very, very staggering to think about. The PlayStation 5 is a big deal, but more than that, I do think it's just a matter of the fact that there's more PlayStation gamers, there's more people that are just trying to experience hardcore stuff faster. I mean, the biggest thing that kind of strikes me is I kind of feel like gaming has changed. More people are just wanting to play actual mainstream hardcore stuff. More people are wanting to play RPGs. More people are wanting to try and actually get platinum trophies. I feel like the Call of Duty gamers and stuff, the people who only play Assassin's Creed, I feel like there's less of these people and there are actually more hardcore gamers that are willing to spend $500 to get a console launch day freaking one. But of course there is the other side of this. Now, this tweet in general is actually pretty positive. I think it's pretty cool that they're just celebrating the success of their system already, but we do need to realize there is still this issue. I like the fact that OJ Player Essence, love this guy, absolutely hilarious dude, great YouTuber. He says, live footage of all the bots preparing to, quote, get in touch with all the local retailers. Jokes aside, congrats, I love my PS5. Everybody is flat out scrambling to try and get to PlayStation 5, including every freaking bot. I still think this is interesting, and I'm kind of curious what this means for the next generation. Like, now that it's here, now that we're getting a chance to play stuff, I feel like the biggest thing that's going to happen is I think a lot of people are going to jump straight to the PlayStation 5. But I don't mean the gamers, I actually mean the game developers. So a couple years ago, there was this interesting internal debate that got leaked from a bunch of studios, a bunch of publishers, talking about when they should only make PlayStation 4 games. Because at the time, the Xbox 360 was still huge. Like, tens of millions of people had an Xbox 360 when the PlayStation 4 came out, right? Obviously. And we saw a bunch of numbers. A bunch of people actually jumped from Xbox to PlayStation this last generation. So it's been interesting to see that they had to actually sit down and have board meetings and say, when exactly do we just make next gen games? Because the PlayStation 5 is already selling such crazy numbers, I do predict that we're going to see some PlayStation 4 exclusives kind of fading away, and that things are going to be PlayStation 5 only very, very soon. I've been hearing this for a while, but people are very, very excited to be making games for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. The ability to make stuff with a solid-state hard drive, experiencing the giant benefits of that. People are not just excited for it on the ground level, people are hyped to try and make games for this. And I do think that because this system is selling so fast, I do think we're going to start seeing PlayStation 5's exclusives from a lot of AAA studios faster than you might think. Now I want to do something here at the end just for fun, which is this thing. So I'm sure you guys will remember this. I actually reported on this leak a while ago. This is apparently what the prototype PlayStation 5s looked like, or a PS5 dev kits. So essentially, whenever people are making PlayStation 5 games, they don't have one of these giant freaking monstrosities sitting there. Instead, they have this thing. And what's funny is that we actually have somebody confirming it for the first time that this is real. Now, there were some leaked photographs and stuff of the system, so we knew that it was real, but this is Rafi Jackie. This guy is actually the business dev director for CD Projekt Red. Look at this. We have this in the office. IRL, it looks like a VCR and a vacuum cleaner at the same time. That means that this is real. This means that developers have actually had this funky super monstrosity existing for the last while, like maybe for the last year and a half. That's very, very funny to me. And I don't know, it's just one last piece of history when it comes to the PlayStation 5. I'm curious what comes next. I think that the PlayStation 5 has so much promise. I still love my system so much. I'm actually working on platinum trophies now with a bunch of games I kind of miss. Like this is .hack. I'm so close to the freaking platinum trophy now in .hack. I'm excited to keep playing my PlayStation 5. I'm excited to play PlayStation 4 games on my PlayStation 5. But pretty soon, I do think that pretty much every announcement you see is going to be next gen only. But what do you guys think? Have you managed to grab a PlayStation 5? Are you excited about this news, or do you not really care? If you're somebody that only plays the Nintendo Switch, I kind of want to make a video at some point in the future kind of debating the idea of what the Nintendo Switch is going to do in 2021, because even the biggest and best experiences kind of pale in because even the biggest and best experiences now from Nintendo themselves kind of pale in comparison to the crazy graphics and instantaneous action that we're getting with the PlayStation 5. But we'll save that for another video. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor and keep on dreaming. Oh man, this is fun. I'm excited. I'm excited for what comes next. Alright, time to unwrap 13 Sentinels. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.